What I want to understand is, first and foremost, what made you decide to go from beloved cultural figure to this guy on the internet talking about women's rights and being attacked by trans activists? What was it that you were like, I can't stomach this anymore, I have to speak on this?
I'm not sure that it was one single thing. It was after a while, like once you recognize this, you realize that there is a real lockdown on information about this, you know. And I was in my Twitter bubble of liberal left-leaning people, and I would see things every so often that like, I remember one that said, you know, when I was thinking, why are so many people trans now? Everyone's brother is trans, you know. You know, and then I saw a thing that said, it said it's because it's more accepted now, more people are coming out as trans, you know. And I remember reading all this and thinking, oh, okay, maybe that's true, you know. But the more I kind of thought about it, and the more crazy stuff that started coming out, I realized I was being gaslit, you know. And then something happened. It was coming to the end of the Irish repeal the eighth campaign, which me and my wife and I had participated in, and I think to pretty good effect. I think we made a video that was quite powerful, and it did a lot of good, you know. But the people who were running the repeal thing in Ireland included a bunch of people who, I'll give you an example of what they did. They ran a thing, they had a blocker up called Repeal Shield, and Repeal Shield was supposedly to block MAGA types, but it also, without telling anyone, they also put feminists in there, you know. And
feminists do like Donald Trump. Big fans.
Yeah. So, and at the same time, they got marriage equality passed, and they did that thing. I don't know if you saw the legal document that Denton's. Denton's is this legal firm. This is amazing. Who trans activists wanted to pass something that said that kids didn't have to consult their parents, or didn't have to get their parents' permission if they began transitioning, right? And they wanted to get that put into law. And a law firm called Denton's wrote this document where they said, look to Ireland. Ireland did great work passing gender ID on the back of more successful or more popular reforms like marriage equality, you know? So that's what they did. They slipped it in. And another thing the Denton's document said is try and avoid the media, you know? I mean, as I've said before, what kind of civil rights group avoids the media, you know? So all this stuff was piling up, and then I had cancer, and I was on morphine. I always have to include that because I think the morphine made me a lot braver than I should have been. But I was on my hospital bed, and I saw a thing that said, you know, now we've dealt with repeal. This is an Irish person. Now we've dealt with repeal. I want to tell you that Graham Linehan is a TERF, and they included a bunch of things I'd liked and so on. You know, the usual things that are just no one could object to unless you're insane. You know, like trans people deserve respect and help. But women deserve their rights too. That's it, you know. So I saw that I was being cancelled, and I kind of got a bit sick of it then, and I kind of thought, well, what am I saying that's wrong? And I examined it, and there wasn't anything. I wasn't saying anything wrong, you know. And I still stand by. I've never really said anything wrong about this stuff, you know. I can back up all my opinions, you know.
But Graham, wasn't there a part of you that, I mean, you clearly feel strongly about this, and that's fine, but wasn't there a self-preservation gene that was like, hang on, mate, if you tweet this, you're going to get into some serious problems? Because we've all written a tweet and then looked at it and thought, no, better delete that. Do you not have that?
Well, no, because I wasn't saying anything wrong. I was standing up for reality. I mean, like, I saw, did you see the thing I tweeted yesterday? The guy who got thanked by the Board of Educators?
No, I didn't.
So anyway, that's a man, right? That is a man. Okay. Please put me saying that this is a man over the shot of the man, please.
Yeah.
That's the man. and if we are to make comedy, there has to be a base of reality. There has to be. And any form of writing, you have to have a base of reality. So if something like this is happening, you have two choices. You can adapt to the new reality, or you can fight against it. And I just chose to fight against it because comedy is impossible if that's a woman. Impossible.